Director of Legal Education, Kwesi Prempeh, has expressed disappointment at proposals by the two MPs in the private members' bill calling for the exclusion of a Chief Justice and others from the Legal Council. He was speaking during a tour of the construction of a Ghana School of Law village, which is on course at the substructure level, which have reached 70% completion.
I think there should be more collaboration between Parliament and the General Legal Council. It is not a question of just directing the General Legal Council. You have to look at the resources we have and all that before you can say, come on, take on these other people. So that is my take on it.
Okay. Again, two MPs are proposing an LI to exclude the Chief Justice and other justices from the Legal Council. What's your
I would not agree to that. That's their proposal. But the Chief Justice not only is in charge of the judiciary, but has played a vital role in legal education. So to just exclude him and then who replaces the Chief Justice? So if you are going to replace him, you should consider the fact that this General Legal Council has been in existence since 1960 or so when it was established. And they've run the legal education system for quite a long time. If you look at Section 13 of the Legal Profession Act. So if you are going to overtake, or if you are going to say that it should be excluded, then you should replace it with something else.
So you heard the Director of Legal Education, his name is Kwesi Prempeh, speaking to Lord Educ, who is currently at the site. He's joining me for a conversation. Lord, you spoke to the Director of Legal Education, Mr. Prempeh, and he disapproves of proposals for the Chief Justice to be removed from the GLC. Beyond that, does he make proposals for what must be in the face of all the agitations and the concerns that have come through so far?
Kamala, can you please repeat? I didn't get the last part.
I'm asking, he disapproves of the calls for the Chief Justice to be, recalled from the GLC. Does he make any proposals? Because around this time, there are a lot of concerns, or the consensus from all quarters, the law students, ex-law students, legal practitioners, etc., that this is the way forward.
Well, like he indicated earlier, he says that the Chief Justice, aside his judiciary role, has played very critical supervisory role in the legal education. So someone like that, you can't just replace him. You need to get someone equally weighty to do that job. And he says that there's an act also being looked at. Says that the various faculties are in collaboration and meetings with the General Legal Council to weigh in the practice and how it should be practiced moving on in the country. He says that because the present laws have they've been practiced since the 1960s. You can't just come over and then change things as is being proposed by Honorable Dafemeko and then Honorable Susu. So things need to be critically looked at. There's more collaborations in that regard.
Okay, now I see you're standing at the site of a construction of a law village. We know that when soil was cut by the president, there was an assurance that by November 2021, the first phase was going to be completed. From what you see at the sites, are we still working with this time frame?
Well, I see several beams, and the foundation has gone well. It's been in well advanced stages. The CEO of Joburg is optimistic that by the end of the month, they will still complete it as the deadline speculates. He says that although this is just 70%, looking at the way things are going, he's very optimistic that things will be okay. Generally, it's just 9%, which is the overall project. And he says that when the government intervenes by providing additional funds, they will be able to facilitate or move things faster than they are right now, especially with the fact that there's a lot of discussions about space as far as the law students are concerned. He's indeed very optimistic that they can finish by the end of the month.